Joyner Lucas just recently dropped his new album 508, 507, 2209, and there were some pretty fast verses on there, so I knew that I had to make a part 2 to the list of the 10 fastest Joyner Lucas verses of all time. It was one of the first videos I did on my channel, and if you've been around for a while, you'll know that the fastest verses series is kind of like a staple on my channel, and actually my most popular video of all time is the 10 fastest Eminem verses of all time. So I definitely thought I had to do another one of these, especially because there was also some old Joyner Lucas verses that I did miss that were quite fast. I'll also hopefully make a full video purely talking about the album on its own soon, but I really wanted to make this list before that. If you haven't seen the original, I'll try to remember to put a link in the description, and also at the end I'll put a big list on the screen of that list and this list compiled together to essentially tell you the 20 fastest Joyner Lucas verses so far. Also, please keep in mind consistency is a factor for the fast verses here, as they're measured over a 10-second time period. So songs like FYM, which have short bursts of fast rapping and then long pauses, won't be on this list because they're not consistently fast. With all that being said, guys, you already know what we'll be counting down. This is CDTVProductions, and let's get right into this list. At number 10, we have Backwords verse 2, where he has 6 syllables per second.
I never packed a Mac in the back of an Acura Sentra, a Lexus with gas, a Lexus, a Benz with a stack of Benjamins. Benjamins and stacks of Benzes and gas with the Lexus to the Sentra Ack and back of the Mac when I packed it in it.
This song had an interesting concept where Joyner basically raps a verse, then raps the verse almost exactly the same, but in reverse, and it kind of makes sense. It is not exactly super fast or anything, and is actually the slowest Joyner verse I've had, including verses from part 1 in this series, but it's a nice warm-up for what's coming up very shortly on this list. It also has a pretty nice, tightly packed rhyme scheme. At number 9, we have the Mean 16 Freestyle verse 1, where he hits 7.3 syllables per second.
You just a Miley Cyrus twin. I should make your conscience spin. You ready to suffer the consequence? I'm gonna knock your ties so literally loose and rip your pockets, then I'm profiting. Johnny cook a cocker in inside of him, I gotta win. Moving up, living on top of him, and I'm rocking rims like Stockton. Not a fucking pot.
This was released 2 years ago, and while that isn't very long ago, it shows you that Joyner has managed to improve his fast rapping in quite a short amount of time. I don't know if it's just me, but there were a few words it sounded like he slurred a little bit on during the fast segment. It was just a little bit, he wasn't as clear as he is now. Specifically on the word literally. To be fair, that's kind of a hard word to say fast, but he's definitely improved since this in my opinion. It's a very nice freestyle overall though. At number 8, we have Tech in the Church by Jarren Benton, verse 3, where Joyner hits 7.3 syllables per second again.
Okay, I'm ready to die. Ready to die. You waving that tech in the sky. You ready or not? I empty the block, leave all of you dead in the box. Fuck is you pop? The fuck is you biggie? I never get love in the city. I never got shit. Just a couple of titties, a couple of pennies, and plenty of...
Jarren Benton and Joyner Lucas was almost like a dream collaboration for me, so I was pretty damn excited for this song, but I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. However, I wouldn't go as far to say it's disappointing, and there were still really great verses all around, including Joyner Lucas's, which for me felt a little bit all over the place and erratic, but I can say I quite enjoy it. It's also worth mentioning Locksmith is pretty great on here too, and he's underrated as hell, so check him out if you haven't done so, and you like the style of music that Joyner Lucas makes. I think it's kind of in the similar vein. It's that really lyrical, personal storytelling hip-hop. At number 7, we have his Gone in 60 Seconds Notorious B.I.G edition verse 1, where he hits 7.5 syllables per second.
Bitch on me, don't bitch on me, my click know me, I spit potent, my crib open, come try your luck, come get assaulted, I've been approaching, you been a hoe when I've been a soldier, I bend you over and hit the home and I'm Sammy Sosa, I'm Michael Jackson, bitch Annie, are you okay? You want some cocaine, it's hard to complain, it's off with your brain, and call me Cobain, bang.
Gone in 60 Seconds was a pretty cool series Joyner did for a short while, where he would remix really popular songs from certain rappers that he liked, and I really wish he released an entire mixtape with tracks like this. But as far as I know, that never came into fruition. I may be wrong, but as far as I know, it didn't. Regardless, we have about 5 or 6 songs in this series, and this one had the fastest verse that I could find out of all of them. It's really cool to hear Joyner over such a classic beat, as it's not a sound you often hear him over. At number 6, we have Look What You Made Me Do, verse 2, where he hits 7.9 syllables per second.
My son, niggas, they never been wrong. I'ma continue to do what they never been done. Is you ready or what? Bitch, I've been ready to thump. Hit it or not. I bet you faking the fun. I bet you praying I fall and I never get up. Bitch, I would never give up. Killing them dead in the middle, my ghetto way up. Niggas, they never been wrong. I'ma continue to do what they never been done. Holla.
This is the first song on here from Joyner's most recent project, and oh my god, it was a great project. I loved it, and we'll hopefully do a full video on it soon. Just know that I absolutely loved it, and it's definitely on my top 10 albums so far this year. I really like the way that Joyner delivers his lyrics on this verse. It has a very casual sound to it, which fits perfectly with the overall confident sound of the track. It's also worth noting he has insane production across this whole album. Getting signed to a major label and working with Boy Wonder does have its benefits. Now at our halfway point at number 5, we have Ultrasound verse 1 where he hits 8.1 syllables per second.
What it is? Wait. Hold up though, I'm ready to roll up on that, ready to motor, make your motor blow the boat up, then be gone up with it up what you notice though. A couple of hoes that I've been boning since a nigga was on it though. My nigga, what's your worst fear? I've been running from the start. Scared to be a man, trying to hustle in it.
This was the introductory track to 508, 507, 2209 and was also one of the first singles released from it, and it was definitely a great way to kick off the album. Joyner showcased a bunch of different flows over the upbeat production, and of course that did include a couple fast flows, which is why it made its way to the number 5 spot on our list. This song gave me really high hopes for the whole album, and trust me, the rest of the album definitely paid off. At number 4, we have Winter Blues verse 1 where he hits 8.8 syllables per second, quite a big jump from the previous verse.
Every night that we were lonely and I couldn't get no sleep cause I was plotting on anybody. I seen I was getting money, you got it, I need a sorry, you don't need it more than me. And bitch, I'm tired of this struggle, ducking and dodging the puddles. Wonder if God ever hear the prayers I sent. Cause every time I got a new hustle, the shit that got me in trouble. You don't know how many fucking tears I shed. But fuck it, I'm letting loose.
This one was a little bit of a different sound from Joyner, and I've got to say, it sounds great. It has a bit more commercial appeal with the instrumental and the hook, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing because it sounds really good, and he also manages to keep on killing it every single verse he touches. It's insane how many times he can switch up his flow, and he does it a lot on this track. A brilliant song overall, and if I haven't tried to hammer this point into you enough by this point, if you haven't heard his album, you should check it out as soon as you can. I probably sound a little bit like I'm fanboying the hell out of Joyner right now, but I'm perfectly fine with that as long as I realize I'm doing it. And at number 3, we have Lovely verse 3 where he hits 9.1 syllables per second.
And she gon' let me hit it with pajamas on. Yo, why these niggas think I'm playing with them? Let the paper hit them. You be copying the plagiarism. I be laying, sitting, standing on a fucking hater, kick him in the face. And niggas got me twisted. I ain't saving bitches. I got Sega Genesis and I can play and finish. Make you wanna pay attention. I'm hoping you wait a second. I'm broken. I paid the rent out.
Yet another track, and the third in the row on this list, from Joyner's 508 project. This was definitely quite an interesting track, and probably one of my favorites from the project. I say this for a lot of verses in this series, but I was quite surprised that this was as fast as it was. I've done a lot of these videos, and I was honestly thinking this segment would be around the lower side of the 80 syllables per second, maybe like at 83, 84, but apparently I was quite off with thinking that, and it shows that a lot of songs can sound faster or slower due to the tempo of the instrumental, which, by the way, the instrumental on this one, oh, it's beautiful. I didn't even mind the fact that it went on for 2 minutes after the song ended. The instrumental is just godly. I love this track. At number 2, we have his verse on Legendary by Meads, which is verse 2, where he hits 9.6 syllables per second.
No Malcolm, no Elijah Muhammad, my nigga, I got it. You a little sentimental nigga in the ghetto when I'm spitting on the level when I'm sitting in the middle when I'm tripping independent. I go head up on a mission, I go heaven and invent an aberration, gotta get it for the critics. Just tough love. How many CDs can a woodchuck chuck if you chucked it at every single nigga that sucked? A little too close for you niggas, back up, I'm drunk.
The first thing I'll mention is that you probably recognized a couple of lines in that verse from his Mask Off remix. This was released about 2 years before his remix, so I guess he drew some inspiration from these old lines, but regardless, it's a great verse. I had to dig deep to find the song because I've never heard of Meads before, but I stumbled across this song and I was pretty impressed. Meads also has a pretty nice verse on here too, so I'd recommend you check it out. The only problem with having Joyner on your song is that he's most likely to steal the spotlight, and he definitely managed to do that here. And at number 1, you probably all saw this coming, we have the Mask Off remix, where he hits 10 syllables per second.
Mask off, running the back door, blast y'all, hats off, what is you mad for? I catch y'all, smash y'all, don't mean to laugh hard, but are you funny to me? None of you niggas half far. You running coming for me, but you never could last long. You don't mean nothing to me, and I come with some shit that I make you niggas bumping to me with a couple of weapons and be afraid to get a poppin' out of ducking and dipping. I mean, what's up with you mama niggas who never say nothing about it?
I think everyone probably knew this was going to be number 1 on the second list of Joyner's fastest verses. I think it's fairly safe to say whenever Joyner remixes a popular song, he completely slaughters the track. Now, that's fairly subjective because maybe you prefer Future's style over Joyner's, which is perfectly fine. But for me, this remix was a million times better than the original Mask Off song. First, Joyner killed the Panda with that remix. Now he did the same to this one, calling out some rappers in the process and all the while ripping it apart. 10 syllables per second is the 3rd fastest speed he's ever reached as far as I know, and that's definitely something to respect. It's crazy to me how some people have said Joyner doesn't have clarity when speed rapping, because even though this verse was very fast, I could still clock most of the things he was saying first time around. And that is the fastest Joyner Lucas verse on this list, and his 3rd fastest overall. Well guys, that's going to be it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching. On the screen right now, I should have a list of Joyner Lucas's 20 fastest verses that I have heard so far, and that'll be just a compilation of this list and the previous one in order. As you can see, Sriracha is still at the top with 11.4 syllables per second. Very impressive. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, I'd appreciate that a lot, and share the video if you think it was interesting, it would really help me out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of the video, any videos you want me to do in the future, and who you want to see next in worst rappers in the game. Although I'll probably do Playboy Carti because I do want to hear more of his music after a lot of people on my best to worst XXL freshman 2017 list. I put Playboy Carti as my worst because he really didn't seem to have anything special to me, and his freestyle didn't really seem to make him look good at all. His freestyle was terrible, and that's almost like agreed by everybody. But I will do that because I'm interested to dig more into his music. Like I said, I'm open to changing my mind on him, and yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got to say. I'm trying to get the uploads back on track. Pretty much the way I do things is I do have a schedule that I like to stick to, which is a new video every Tuesday and Friday. But honestly guys, if I do not feel like making a video, if there's just a day that I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to make one, because at that point it's not fun. It's just putting out a video because people want to see it, essentially. And that's not what I want this to be about. I want to do videos because I enjoy them. So if I don't feel like doing a video, I'm not going to force one out. So I hope you guys can appreciate that. With all that being said guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all in the next video. And this is CDTVProductions signing out.